Trump won Michigan originally, and then we got our doors blown off, and then Gretchen Whitmer wins, and she blows off Tudor Dixon's doors. How do we win without Michigan?
So first, I just want to underscore the last point, because you're asking exactly the right question about money, and I think it can't be underscored. And most people are ignoring it. So it's kudos to you for making sure that you're drawing that issue out on the forefront. Michigan, Trump won in 2016 by 10,703 votes. It was 0.2%. He ended up losing Michigan by 2% in 2020. I think part of the reason that he is spending tomorrow, debate day, in Michigan is to further break that union vote. He got the highest union vote of any Republican candidate since Reagan last time, and I think he's looking to expand that. When you have a race that's that close as it was in Michigan, picking off another 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000 votes is a big deal. So my guess is that part of the reason that he is there is to try to continue to drive a wedge between Joe Biden's policies and his ability to say, you guys, your entire livelihood is based on the viability of combustible engines and gas-powered cars, and I'm going to be your champion in the White House. This guy is going to sell you down the creek on electric vehicles with parts that are largely laid overseas and by non-union workers. So Trump gets it, which is, how do you take a state like Michigan and all the electoral votes that's going to be won on the margins? The other thing that's important to point out about Michigan is this. Jill Stein in 2016 got 50,000 votes, 50,000 votes. And as I said, Trump only won the state by 10,703. In 2020, the Green Party candidate got 1,000 votes. So not only does Trump need to do better himself, but there needs to be a viable third party that is sucking up votes that don't want to vote for Joe Biden but won't vote for Trump. And that either comes in the vessel of Robert F. Kennedy becoming a candidate, or more importantly, what I think is the case, is Cornel West. If Cornel West can pick up 20, 30, 40,000 votes, that is definitely enough to deny Joe Biden the Michigan's electoral votes.
How comfortable are we, assuming you're someone who's going to vote for the Republican nominee, I am, how comfortable are we with the Robert F. Kennedy nomination as an independent? That actually scares me the most. You just brought it up, Sean. If I'm looking at Joe Biden, I have Donald Trump, and I have Robert F. Kennedy. If I'm one of the millions of Americans very upset about this country's COVID response, I have one response, and it's not the Democrat or the Republican. I worry that costs the Republican the White House.
Yeah, as I said, I think Cornel West, who has now got the Green Party line, is the big one to watch. But you're absolutely right. I mean, Robert F. Kennedy, for a lot of people who might be more conservative Democrats or soft-leaning Republicans, look at Kennedy and say, okay, I can vote for a Kennedy. Some people because of the name, and a lot of people because of what you just said on the COVID front, who believe that Kennedy is somebody that's going to take on the establishment, who through his work in the past is going to be a truth teller and not subject people to all these vaccine mandates. So I think that he actually would be probably more of a threat to Trump overall than he would be to Biden. For a lot of people, they're going to say, I can't vote for Donald Trump. I get to say I voted for a Kennedy and feel better about it.
Yeah, I agree. Sean, you were the best, man. His show's on 6 p.m. Eastern every single weeknight here on The First. Thank you, brother.
Thank you. You can also get it on Apple Podcasts, so appreciate that. Always great to be on the network with you.
Of course, brother.